Do you see what I see? Oh. One apricot. My very first apricot. Oh. Well, it's her apricot. I'm going to eat it, lovely. I noticed this the other day and I was so pleased. 2 of the apricots have died on me. And so this is a hardier variety. And I have another one there, a peach and an apricot. But this is real exciting because I love apricots so much. Dried apricots, they're very expensive. I'm going to pick this one now. Oh. The electroculture is working its magic. So much joy and gratitude. Thank you, beautiful. Look at the new perennial daisies. They're blooming now. This volunteer chamomile, I picked it once, it's just going off. More of an annual guild around this tree here. But I got some feverfew. This is a perennial. And the asters and the petunias and these cosmos need to be dead-headed. And then I was planting some of these. This is, oh, I forget what that is, but it's a perennial. And this one too, I'll have to look up that name. I got these little guys around here. I'm gonna put some of this mulch. Look at this. These grow like weeds now. This is a ground cherry. And look at the soil that it's growing out of. Hard pack, sandy rock. And it looks healthy. It's green and it's flowering. Amazing. Hey, little guy. I have a Brigitta. Blueberries need really a lot of water and a lot of sun. Even on tag, they say sometimes that they tolerate some shade, and they do. They just won't produce very much. They really need a lot of sun and really a lot of water, but very well drained at the same time. So this one's growing in a Hügelkultur. Wow. All right, so got my strawberries for the asparagus Hugelkutur strawberry patch. I got my asparagus in this year. It's just ferning out, and lots of other annuals. Look at the gorgeous green amaranths and the stevia, red amaranth, these beautiful asters and zinnias. The beans are going off. Onions are going off. Look at those. And so I've got this variety from my sister here. 1 to 2 year olds, basically, I believe. Less weed pressure here on the front of the rock wall, and they will just kind of hang down on the rock wall a little bit and grow amongst the asparagus, and the asparagus grows upright. And I think I probably have quite a few. So we're just gonna put them in between the stevia here. There we go. There's one. Put one like every foot there. Probably just select the real nice ones. Look at that beauty, eh? With the worm in there. Planted that worm too. A couple in the back there too. All right. Last couple little ones here. Yay, you bloomed. Wow, look at that. Greek oregano's going. Seed. The thyme is still good. Asters, and got a comfrey in there for chopping and dropping. Oh wow. See, look at this guy. Right next to 2 huge onions. Lovely. There's an aster in here too. Been picking for cut flowers. Been picking crazy cukes out of here. This wicking barrel tower is pretty awesome for cukes. I'm doing a harvest. Lots of beans and San Marzano tomatoes in this hugel here. I've been picking a ton of flowers out of here. So many zinnias and asters and beautiful amaranths. What you do, little bear? You want to help harvest? All this clover is new here. It's so wonderful. Look at these onions. Those are growing together. It's nice actually getting some green onions when the tops are still intact. That's a pretty color. Oh yeah. Celery in the back is getting pretty shaded back here. Yeah, but some of it's looking all right. It kind of, the stuff pretty much died off because I planted it and it was quite root bound. And the stalks just kind of like went all funky and I ripped them off, and now this is like the second growth here. I love the pole beans the most. Once in a while I grow some bush beans, but the pole beans is such a good space-saving crop, and they're fun because they just make a beautiful wall like this. Look at these beauties. That's such a gorgeous flower too. I've been saving this variety for about 5 or 6 years now. So simple to save bean seed, they don't cross much. Pretty safe saving. Tomato seed too, with other tomatoes around. It's not that they can't cross, it's just they don't cross very easily or often. But you know, one bee can make a cross. All right, that'll do it. That's pretty much all of them for this picking. Still, I keep finding more though. The more you look, the more you find. And we got some San Marzano tomatoes. Oh, they are going over. Ah, rodent. Oh, look at that cluster in there. Oh, unreal. Oh, going bad. All right. Lettuce seed there. That's gonna be, lost my shoe. Gumboot found a box. Lots of boxes in this neighborhood, hey buddy? Onions and asters. And cats. Oh, feverfew. That's the other perennial in here. Sweet. That bloomed. This stevia is looking pretty good for cutting. Should actually cut that now, because then it kind of sprouts out. You cut it off and it'll bush up more and do one more growth, but it is getting a little late for that. Actually, take a look at these beans here. This is Dolof, and oh yeah, there's a bunch. So I'm gonna try eating some of these this year and just saving a few. Oh no, lots. So this is a shelling bean typically. So that's always fun to do. Here's the Gloriosa daisies. These ones are different actually. I got two different sort of, so they also look like that. Beautiful. Been getting such amazing bouquets out of here and other places. And the rose campion's still going at it. Amazing. This Greek oregano is really flowering. Look at all of that. Bees are absolutely loving it. And still have, there's a wasp, blueberries on this big Brigitte. This stuff is so gorgeous. This is clary sage. It really doesn't smell much. I don't know how they extract it and get it to smell like it does when you buy clary sage oil, but beautiful for cut flowers, this stuff. Crazy amount of bugs and black wasps. Something crazy is going on here. Well, that's good to see. A ladybug. And there's some kind of little black flies all over it, but there's all kinds of bugs going on here. Yeah, see the aphids there? Clustered. Maybe the wasps are eating the aphids. This is a volunteer sunflower. Wow, it's like 8 feet high. And just one came back. Look at those zinnias. A nice little harvest out of here. Let's pull one of these big jumbo onions just for fun. I think it really needs to get any larger. Holy smokes. That's a big onion. Kale seed, that's that variety actually. That one just didn't go to seed, it just started producing the second year. But this is the same, and this is a whole bunch of really good mature seed. And I made sure there wasn't any other brassicas flowering at the time. So yeah, this is good seed. A lot of seed here, really a lot of seed. So yeah, this might be a good spot for some kales to come up on their own next spring. It's self-seeded already this year. This is the field of lacinato, blue lacinato. So cool. Got a lot of good seed here. Better to have a bowl so that the chaff just kind of blows out more easily. That's going out. Beauty. Dazzling Blue Kale 2024. So today I am starting to do a little digging in the Hügelkultur terrace development again. I'm just going to be flattening a bench out there so I can get some trees and bushes in. High bush cranberries and hibiscus, some grapevines. I also have a peach and a apricot. That's all I can do for digging for today. Pretty tired. Trying not to overdo it like I have in the past. Quite a lot of rock down here. See all the gravel as it rolls down the bank. Kind of separates the gravel from the earth. Try not to be too fussy about it once it gets all grown in. As long as it's holding up in its stone and you know, whatever. I have some stone steps here. Pulling out more rocks as I go. So much rock in this earth that's kind of leveled off. It's actually a little higher still there. And there will be another terrace right here, midway. So I'm gonna chop this out, getting this hugel covered a bit. That bank can come down over top as well. And yeah, got that Hugelkultur up along the bank there. Got a hole I've been dumping compost in for a fruit tree. Like in syntropic agroforestry, they have a lot of support species. Gumboots like in the straw. And so, yeah, it's good to have some of these bushes that you can coppice. They support the life in the soil and get a support by bank. And the pussy willows are good to have too. I just need to get it scaped enough that I can see where I want to plant some of my fruit trees and bushes. You know, I'll keep continuing with stone and wood and all that and mulching. Wow, look at that. Beauty. Wow, full truss aroma. They grow in trusses. Oh, this is my own seed too. Hey, little buddy. Sleeping, I think. They do go to the flowers to die in the autumn. When they do, hopefully this one's just enjoying some nectar. Oh, I've got a box right here. I might as well pick all these. Wow. So amazing. Some new growth there. All right, it's been, I don't know, about 3 weeks. Oh yeah, oh, it's another beauty, double. Oh, the flowers get fused together and then they bond like that as they grow. Oh, almost knocked little bee off. He's still there. You actually like them, huh? Yeah, that's right. That's enough, I think.
She's so cute.
Pull them all.
Even purples?
Yeah. It's a really good crop, so I like each other.
You just got in the big.
They're so big. Yeah.
Even though it was like control harvest, there's still a lot of food.
I'm leaving these two beauties here on the end because they're kind of protected, so hopefully they will sprout up next year and I'll get some seed. Pulling all the red ones because I don't want any cross pollination. Black mulberry clones. These are wiped off with a cloth just to get the soil off. Still have another pile of red ones out there. Ooh. There's the biggest ones of the season. Jumbos. I think maybe that one right there. So many of my purples bolted actually, and they got that hard stem, and so just ended up snapping them off before they cured. Those are some really good size purples. Okay, so the plan is to get in my little nursery, mostly bought trees and bushes from this year into the ground quickly as I can, and then we'll kind of more build the soil up. I'll show you what I'm doing. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? So I had the machine dig this hole for a fruit tree, and I've been filling it with kitchen scrap compost, layering it with straw, and so now I'm ready to plant a tree. We're doing this apricot casino, party to zone 3. Hope she does all right. Put the graft towards the north there, And just gonna fill it in pretty much with the native soil here. Not getting too fussy. She's got a lot of compost that's gonna be breaking down. And I've got one little bin of aged manure. Pulled the roots out a little bit already. Not going too crazy on pulling the roots apart just because it is so late. It's the end of September already. Oh. Whenever there's wood around, I do like to add some. There's no ants in it. And wood is good. Wood is good. She was blooming all summer long in a container. Still a couple buds on her. It's a hardy hibiscus. It was supposed to be blue, but it turned out to be pink. This one is red, supposedly. Beautiful kind of a thistle specimen here. It's gorgeous for cut flowers, for bouquets. Right in there. Let's go back up to the top here. The one apricot right there. And I feel like a little arbor up top here later on, of course. I don't think I want them growing on the fence line. I need to actually put together this fence line. There's still this kind of thrown here from when I had this excavated. This is a hugel underneath. Some nice soil in here as well. Some old burn pile soil with ash and just broken down, like a lot of disintegrating debris. And buried that with some logs. Topsoil too that was scraped off up there with a machine. Garden soil. I'll plant things that are gonna do well on the hillside. So blackberries, definitely. I think loganberries too. Grapes. You know, they can handle a little bit drier of a situation. The cranberries and the elderberry, they do like more consistent moisture and loamy. So I think down low would be more ideal for them. It's kind of a bummer because I wanted to plant them up in here, but you gotta plant things according to like the environment, you know, a good place for them to be, you know, so I think they will be better down in the forest. Runners are so low to the ground right now. Just gonna bury them and get some new plants for the spring. A little water to start. Got these porcelain berries. Porcelain vineberry. They're not edible. Birds like them, so they're edible to some degree. But I rescued these. I had them around my pump house for a few years. I bought them at the nursery around here. I think I paid like 18 bucks a piece. And planted them and then rescued them. And so I've had these for at least 10 years. And it's been waiting for a place for them. I think I'm going to plant them here with the grapes, and they're going to either be part of probably the fence line, because the grapes I want to make like a arbor that comes out, that just like a half arbor kind of thing comes out, so we still have the view. These guys can, you know, fill in the fence line just to make that second barrier. Kind of two colors, a beautiful turquoisey malted kind of berry. It's a beautiful plant for, you know, a non-person edible. Yeah. So yeah. Look at all that wood in there. I've got two more going down there. I'm looking for spots to put catalpa trees. I've got quite a few. I've got to get one in at least. It feels right actually to put a cranberry here, high bush cranberry. They aren't actually true cranberries. It's a bigger bush, grows on the coast, I know, wild. Oh yeah, sweetheart. A cranberry in a high bush cranberry. Doesn't look like too much, but it's a delphinium that'll come up in the spring. Might as well throw one of these in here. They're so gorgeous. Got a mock orange, really gorgeous white flowers, just double blooms. I think I got it at Walmart like, I don't know, like more than 10 years ago, I think. I think it's been in a pot like that long. Crazy. Well, it's got a good life then. Some catalpa trees here, started from seed. Just want to create more of a northern wind block here, fill this in. There we go. Yay. Look at the berries and the leaves falling here and building the soil. We'll see. I think I'm going to do yostaberries. I've already got one along the bottom crescent there where the straw is. European elder going right here. Took me a while to figure out where I was going to put her. Wanted her down lower so she gets sufficient amount of moisture. I think they do better with a little bit more moisture. I've got water that comes out in the spring from these rocks here. Outdoor kitchen here someday. I've got a smoke bush here. Not sure where that one's going yet. Let's see what kind of soil we got here. Just gonna build the soil up here, I think. Oh, sweet. I've got another one just like that. Just came off. It's got roots. Oh, it's super awesome. So I'm gonna plant this back in the pot for next year. Hollyhocks growing in here. Okay, look, $27. So you can see why I wanted to do that. I mean, once this one gets big, I think they're pretty easy to clone, but that's sweet. Yay, wood chippitas. I got these from my neighbor. So I put all my garlic stalks in here. It's pretty thick. There was a lot. Now I'm gonna cover them with wood chippadoo bears. These tomatillos are volunteers. It's a dwarf Honeycrisp. Salad brunet. Makes nice little flowers I hear. It's also edible for salad kind of thing. So I want to be building it up more and more fertile and deeper a bit as well. And the strawberries actually will just shoot their runners out, and that's a good way to rejuvenate your strawberries as well. But they really need this layer of good mulch on here. A little bit tricky right now because I've got stevia and stuff to harvest out of here still, but that food right here, I just kicked my foot and potatoes came up. I've got another onion here I'm saving for seed, that's why I mounded it up. A couple nice big fat onions here, put some straw on and some wood chip. Nice little feverfew here. Started up from seed this spring. Look at this gorgeous amaranth, these green trellis trails. I think it's called green trails. Ah, and the red. These are all transplants. I'm loving it. They just look so beautiful. Oh, look at that seed. What is this? Oh, wow. The oregano is just going off. This is a perennial something. I forget what it is, but I planted it. is here just now. Look at this. Your own. This is a beautiful zinnia. I want to get seed from this one. San Marzano tomato. Beauty, beauty, beauties. Look at that amaranth. Look at the color. It's just incredible. There's a lot of tomatoes in here. Oh, we got poppy seeds in here. Oh, we do. Oh, the whole plant came with me. Let's see. Poppies, poppies. Yes. Some of these poppies around in here. I've got my neighbor coming with his machine tomorrow to do some post holes here and to do a little work up at my house there. More celery. Look at that. The green beans are done, but I will get some seed because I didn't really pick them thoroughly at the end. For seed, I like to save what I can every year so that it gets more and more acclimatized, right? But I always have backup seed too from the year before. Not totally sure how I feel about consuming stevia. Some research shows that it can lower fertility even. It's kind of unclear, some of the research. It's kind of trickery on your senses. It's a little bit strange. And I do like it with mint tea. It's pretty much the only way I consume it. Sometimes put a little bit in some kind of baking. Wow, this is a beautiful plant here, this one. Look at that. A perennial in subtropical regions. Strawberry planted late summer. They're doing pretty good. They're totally growing. Just put the wood chips almost on top of them. There we go. That's a gorgeous one. It's sneaky. It's hard to find. They're growing right in here with the kale. These are last year kales, and they didn't go to flower. They just kept growing. Actually, no aphids. Hardly any kale this year, just a couple of times. Not like really, just like twice. I suppose if I want some kale for the winter though, I should harvest a bit of this. It's okay. Sometimes I think my body craves it once in a while. Grew back. Oh, well, this looks pretty good. All right, let's see. Potent celery. Let's check it out now. Hey, yeah, pretty good. Real nice. Some of it. That's definitely worth harvesting. I'm gonna go get my scythe. It's actually really good soil here. That's pretty sweet. Plus it's nice and sandy. I think really good for a peach tree potentially. Some loam and some sand. Really nice and protected here. This is south coming in, so they are cedar trees. You know, that's what I was contemplating. Should I be planting a fruit tree next to cedar trees? I'm giving them a go. Because they add so much protection from geoengineering for one, and just from northern wind. Because it's on a hill, so I can catch some water. Apricot, peach, apricot. pretty good like that though. It kind of holds them all up, you know, if you're not doing the tire technique. Well, this garden is pretty much put to bed. Most of my garden beds are. Bark mulch works really awesome for holding moisture in and dampening the weeds out. So that'll be good for the spring when all the clover and grass starts to creep up into my garlic there that I just planted about a week ago. November, I keep planting in like November. Snow seems to come and then melt, and then I plant my garlic. Got some strawberries in there that are at a good time to develop. I think we'll get a little crop in the spring. And the asparagus will be its second year, so I won't be harvesting asparagus yet. But the year after I will be. And oh, look at that. Onions still going here. And all those pallets I just put up along the bank there to try to, my idea is to push them out a little bit in the spring and then like plant them with some type of crop, maybe a vine or I'm not sure, something to hold the bank up, but also as a crop. And yeah. I think that'll be pretty cool.